Well, the streets of Baltimore have become a classroom for University of Maryland journalism students. The school's offering a urban affairs reporting class, and most recently, they've kept an eye-opening focus on health disparities here in Charm City. This morning joining us, Rachel Bluth, Nate Kresh, and Micha Green. Thanks, all three of you, for coming. Talk to me about Baltimore, your vision of Baltimore before you took this class, and then compare it to what you saw, especially when it comes to healthcare.
I mean, I would say just, as someone who actually surprisingly has not seen The Wire, most of what I thought about Baltimore was Orioles, Aquarium, Inner Harbor, and that was about it.
Did you have any idea as you drove around what was most eye-opening for you when it comes to your study in health?
It was really really surprising when you drive across the city from Roland Park to where we did most of our work around the Sandtown-Winchester area, the differences that you see from one area to another. I don't think any of us were really expecting that. And of course, when I talked to people in West Baltimore about it, for me, this was such a surprising thing, but they're saying, yeah, no, of course, the richer people have it better. What are you talking about? Why are you so surprised about this? Sure. So there was a lot of really surprising experiences for us.
Yeah, and the it that you're talking about is healthcare, and it just seems as you go from community to community, especially with your piece, Nate, as well, access really changes. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you don't have the money to spend to get, just simply a blood pressure cuff and things like that, then you have to go such an extra mile. Everything becomes so much harder as people work to get health when they are impoverished. I mean, that's the big thing here, is that a simple trip to your primary health care physician does not happen in some of these areas that we spent time in West Baltimore.
Sure. We just saw a picture. That was Charlene Green. Is that the right name? You guys followed her.
Adams,
I'm sorry. She went to go get a blood pressure cuff. For someone with insurance, easy. You walk in the store, you buy it. For her, it was a whole day event, an adventure really for her.
And for Charlene, I was on the bus with her for hours and hours, and to me this was such an exhausting event, trying to get to the doctor and get across town to borrow some money and get across town to get the blood pressure cuff. For her, this was just a matter of course. This is what it takes to, follow your doctor's orders and do what you have to do to get your health care in check. She spends so much of her time and her energy devoted to ticking these tasks off of her to-do list. The amount of time she spends every day trying to get her health care in order, it was just mind-boggling.
Did that surprise you? Did you think people had to go through that in order to get something simple?
I mean, it's very far outside of my personal experiences. Yeah. Where I'm from, there's a doctor's office on every corner. We complain that there's so many. Sure. And, I've never had problems trying to get the health care that I needed, and some of these factors never really crossed my mind.
Yeah, another good one you guys did, you drove from different communities, and from place to place you could see life expectancy drop, income levels drop. That was eye-opening as well?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that kind of stuck out to me, we did a tour of Baltimore on the first day, and what we did was, driving just through these neighborhoods and seeing how conditions changed in these areas, and then looking into the data once we got back and started going on class and seeing, oh wow, there's this precipitous drop not only in life expectancy but median income. And I think the whole trip was about 9 miles, and life expectancy drops 15 years. Wow. And this is a city that has Johns Hopkins. I mean, it's incredible that something like that can happen.
How about solutions? As you talk to people, did they have any ideas of what could make things change at all? Any of you?
They wanted just a little bit more help from the city or from their healthcare institutions. They wanted, to be reached out to a little bit more and get into the community more and help them get to the doctor and help them with their exercise classes. Just more outreach is what we heard a lot.
This is a great study. If you want to check it out yourself, you can go on the Merrill College's website. We'll show a link on our Twitter page as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it, certainly.